Welcome, everybody, to an all-new episode of GVN Talk. This episode, we will be breaking down some fan casting, some worst DC and Marvel castings. Thanks to Trevon for that difficult one. And best superhero villain, pretty much pitch. We're pitching a villain that has not been done before. And there's a little bit more to that, so we'll get to that as we come to it. But for now, let's start with fan casting the Batman. But before we get into that, let me introduce the panel. Starting off with Trevon. What's going on, Trevon?
Hey, I'm happy to be here. This is gonna be interesting because I know the topics, but this is difficult for me. So let's go.
Oh man. Next up, Shekinah. How you doing, Shekinah?
I'm doing okay. How are you doing?
Good. Shekinah, has it been a week since you've been part of GVN now? I feel like it's been
1 week, a week and 2 days, I think.
And already the Instagram is jumping. We've been called to host the Oscars because of Shekinah. It's been live over here. It's been amazing. No, but all jokes aside, if you have been looking at our Instagram, you definitely see that some changes have been made, and that's been all Shekinah. So thank you very much to Shekinah. And the guy that's just here, whatever, AJ. What's going on, AJ?
Yo, what's up, everybody? Living my best life.
I want to say this again because I feel as though it's not properly understood. There is no beef between me and AJ. We legit are like brothers. They just love to always just mess with each other, man. AJ just commented on a Twitter post that I had calling me a dweeb. I had to wake up to that. Like, I didn't even, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, but that's what it is. That's all it is, man. It's all love, all love. All right, let's get into this. Like I said, we're starting off with fan casting the Batman. So this one's going to be a little different than what you guys expect. We are fan casting the movie pretty much, so we're recasting, right? So we're not going to use all of the same characters that Matt Reeves is, except for Robert Pattinson. So we're going to give you our fan cast and a little bit of what our plot would be with this new cast that we are adding. I will go first as to not throw anyone under the bus, give them any unnecessary pressure. So clearly I am keeping Robert as Batman. I am bringing in Ana de Armas as Talia al Ghul. I am bringing in Benicio del Toro as Ra's al Ghul. I am bringing in Scoot McNairy as the Riddler. And then this last character that I fan casted, I'm gonna announce in 1 second after I give you my plot. So my plot is Bruce has been investigating illegal arms deals in Gotham when he runs into an old flame, the very dangerous and lovely Talia al Ghul. As Bruce begins to uncover that Talia is in Gotham to stop the Riddler from releasing secrets of her father's organization, he quickly finds out that Talia has more than one reason for being in Gotham. So pretty much this is Bruce uncovering who Ra's al Ghul is, the whole organization behind Ra's al Ghul. And then the end credit scene is after Talia and Ra's survive Batman, out comes none other than Jacob Tremblay as Damian Wayne, leading us into our sequel, which will be Son of Batman. So that is my premise for my Batman movie. Again, Ana as Talia, Benicio as Ra's al Ghul, Scoot McNairy as the Riddler, and Jacob Tremblay as Damian Wayne. Shekinah, I'm gonna go to you. You ready?
Yes, I'm cheating because I did not think of a concept. I sat and I was like, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. So I'm cheating. I'm very sorry, but my fan cast, I'm basically just doing the film's entire fan cast. I'm just gonna go through. Mm-hmm. First one is Catwoman as Aisa Gonzalez. Did I say her name? Aisa? Yeah.
Aisa Gonzalez.
Yeah. I picked Charles Dance for Alfred. Tywin Lannister from Game of Thrones.
Yep.
For the Riddler, I went for Jim Parsons.
Okay.
I think he would suit that role. For Penguin, I picked Jason Alexander. He was in Seinfeld. Yeah.
Yep.
Who did I miss? Okay, this one's a bit weird. Carmine Falcone, George Clooney. I don't know why, but I kind of see it. It's weird. I can see it in my head. Maybe not real life. And then for Commissioner Gordon, actually, this one's weirder. Ethan Hawke. Don't ask me why.
I like it. I like all of those. I don't know why you even say. I love all of those. Ethan is perfect because I can picture him. I can actually picture Ethan in the accurate shot of Gordon holding up the gun, where it's the reflection in his glasses, and you just kind of see no eyes, just a reflection with the mustache. Yeah. Ethan could do that. Jason Alexander, I do like. He said numerous times he would like to get out of being just the character from Seinfeld, so that would give him that. You said Jim Parsons. I think that's been a favorite since he's done whatever that show is. I can't remember the name of the show.
Big Bang Theory.
Yes, thank you. Big Bang Theory. So yeah, that would be a good Riddler. And what was the other one you said? Oh, Falcone. Yeah, what would be George Clooney in anything? I'd take it. I mean, hey, I always look forward to seeing how you can take a attractive face and scar it and make it work so it's not as attractive. So I'd be interested to see how Matt Reeves puts the scar on Falcone and people go, man, George Clooney is ugly. Like, I don't think that's possible. So yeah, I love that cast. Dang. I wish I knew you didn't have a plot. I would have worked out a plot with you. Now I gotta think of one. Well, you know what?
Sorry.
No, you know what? Okay. So if you don't have a plot, you know what? Since your cast seems to be around, well, not around, pretty much the exact same as what we're getting from the movie, just whatever the movie's doing. You can just be like, yeah. That's what I want.
That's exactly.
That right there. Trevon, you are up. Who you got?
Let's pass it. Let me pass it real quick.
AJ is still working on his. You can't pass yours. What you got? Just tell me what you got
goodness.
so far.
I like how you try to throw me under the bus. Okay.
I really did.
I really was. So I'm gonna do the. So I don't really. Okay. Fan cast is hard because I would pick people that were in some of these characters before, and you guys won't like it, so I'm not gonna do that. So I want to add. Cause see, okay, I know we don't have a Joker in this, but I would like Andrew Gray, which I'm pretty sure a lot of you might not know who that is. He is the Red Power Ranger from Power Rangers Megaforce. But the reason I picked him is because of his crazy personality he displayed in this show called Bling Empire that was on Netflix. I don't know if anybody's seen it. But he was on there, and he seems like a nice guy all the time until he kind of loses his mind a little bit on that show. And I was like, he has an angry streak. I would really like to see him do something like that. Or we can do Dacre Montgomery from the Power Rangers. From what I see, he has a weird side too. I would like to see somebody like that in the Joker role.
Okay.
I actually would like a plot of someone killing Alfred. And we always have Alfred sticking around. Alfred's always, nothing ever happens to Alfred. I feel like at some point in one of these movies, Alfred has to die, and I want Batman to avenge Alfred. that's what I want. I want a dark movie. I mean, I know, and I mean, everyone's like, oh, Ben Affleck was dark. I want darker. Like, I want Batman to really lose his shit. Yeah, that's what I want. Sorry for cursing, but that's what I want. That's the kind of Batman I want. I don't know how else to get there. I want somebody close to him to die, like Alfred, and I want him to avenge him. So yeah, that's pretty much my plot. That's all I got. I don't know. Yeah, that's what I want. Dark Batman. Like, I want
him just being beaten up really badly. Not good enough for you, right? You got to put Alfred in the ground.
Yeah, I do. Yeah. Yep.
All right, it's bold.
That's what I want.
I mean, we're also talking.
Alfred's always safe.
You killing Alfred within the first movie. I like it. It's bold. Montgomery. I like the idea of him being Joker. I mean, it's it's one of those that you haven't really thought about before, but
since we're going year one, right? Isn't this year one Batman? This is a young one. This is
year two. I think this is
well, still younger.
I know what you mean. Still recently new Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Montgomery. I mean, I never would have thought Jared Leto. I never would have thought Heath Ledger before they actually got the roles. And
That's true.
Like, I like it. So to me, what Montgomery did in Stranger Things season 2, I think kind of gives you a good idea on how crazy the guy can get. So
yeah.
I always find it interesting that when everyone fan casts Joker, they never fan cast a world where Harley Quinn exists before Joker. It's always only Joker. I'd be curious to see what a Harley Quinn world looks like before she meets Joker. Like, she's not Harleen Quinzel. She's literally Harley Quinn. And she's wreaking havoc, and it catches the eye of the Joker. And that's what attracts him to her, is the crazy. Instead of it just being like literally a therapy session where they're just like, hey, I have no one. Oh, I have no one either. We love each other. I'd like it if Harley was more a standalone character, to where she earns the respect of Gotham, and that attracts Joker, and that makes.
I would love if they were bold. I would love if they were bold enough to do that. But
yeah, it'd be interesting. I mean, you'd have to get around how she got the. To me, I mean, I guess you can go the route of she just draws it on at first, and then you have a scene like Airhead in Suicide Squad where he's testing her and drops her in the vat of acid, and she comes out looking accurate. But I don't know. I would just like it if she was a little bit more bold. So it's not as so she's dependent on Joker. It's more so they just really both clicked, and that's why. But no, I like it. I really do like it. I think Reeves' Batman is going to be the dark you're looking for. Although they murdered Robin. Trevon, that was
wait.
Robin, but we didn't see it. It doesn't.
No, we didn't see it. We didn't see it. That's fair. That is fair.
I missed something on my fan cast. I missed one. I wanted to have a Robin, and I wanted Aiden Gallagher, number 5 from Umbrella Academy, to be Robin.
Which one?
I wanted it to be like a young Dick Grayson. I wanted it to be a young Dick Grayson. Like first, like fresh from the circus. That's what I wanted. Fresh from the circus.
Days of the circus.
Like early doors.
I don't know is everyone's been fan casting him for forever.
Really?
But he unfortunately is on the older side. So
how old is he now? 15?
No, Aiden Gallagher is I think closer to 20.
Shut it. He looks like 15. Yeah, no way.
That's why everyone fan casted him for like, oh yeah, young Robin. I'm like, no, I don't think he's that young, guys.
He's 17. He's 17.
That's a pretty old Dick Grayson to be starting off with.
Okay.
I'm like Tim Drake because I think Tim Drake came on when he was a little older. Probably around 15, 16, around there. And we know Dick Grayson was more so, 9, 10 years old. But I'm with you. Aiden definitely deserves to be a Robin. What Robin? Don't matter. Should be a Robin, though. So I'm with you. But Shekinah, I wish you had that energy when we did our Snyder Cut breakdown on that podcast where everyone was telling me how we don't need a Robin. And I'm the only one.
Listen here, okay?
Fighting for my life for a Robin.
Just for the concept of fancast, I added a Robin. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Sorry.
Shekinah just left me to die out there. Everybody was like, who cares about Robin? And I was just like, what?
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Part of a Batman story is Robin, and they're just like, who cares?
I'm sorry.
Okay. I will never forget that, Shekinah. AJ. You want me to keep talking, AJ, or you good?
I can go.
I can go ahead. What you got?
All right. So the basic plot of this is going to be like the Raid type of movie where it's set in Arkham Asylum.
I like
it. And it goes level by level. And then these are my villains. So since this was just quick.
Mm-hmm.
Poison Ivy as Natalie Dormer. Sophia Botella as Talia al Ghul.
Okay.
Scarecrow, David Tennant. How do you say it? Yeah.
Tennant.
Joker,
Tennant.
Joe Gilgun.
Okay.
Bane, Benicio del Toro.
Okay.
Mr. Freeze, Mr. Esposito himself.
Okay,
and
I like that a lot.
Deathstroke, Jeff Bridges.
God damn, that's an old ass Deathstroke, AJ.
Oh, Jeff
God.
Bridges.
Yep.
He's 71.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Goodness gracious. So
he can still pull it off. He can still pull it off.
It's never about we know he can act. That's never my issue. My issue is always that's a lot of goddamn story we've missed out on for him to be 71 years old.
They can always do backstories. It's fine. Fine.
I like it. I remember when Deathstroke was first being talked about, everyone was just so gung-ho on Brad Pitt. And I remember going, yeah. I mean, I could see it for sure. But Jeff Bridges is, we know the man can act.
If I'm going younger, I'm gonna have to keep Joe
Manganiello.
Yeah.
Got you. We know Jeff Bridges can act as long as we ignore the movie R.I.P.D. Outside of that, we know Jeff Bridges can act for sure. I would say everyone that keeps casting Bane, I will say this. There's a show called Snowfall. Watch the show called Snowfall. That Hispanic dude is the only person I ever want to see be Bane.
Well, to be
fair, in the show also.
To be fair,
the size of Bane, like he wouldn't have to gain anything. You know what I'm saying? He is already. He played a wrestler in the show. The Spanish is on point. I'm just like, yes, that guy should be Bane. But a lot of people do like the name recognition, which I never argue with. If it was him, there'd be no arguments for me. But
that's the reason why I picked Bane. I picked Benicio del Toro for Bane because I think he's a great actor and he's still young for his age.
Young for his age.
For his age, yeah.
Only reason I would say my guy for your story, AJ, is because your story is more an ensemble. So it's not necessarily focusing on one character.
Yeah.
So you would like someone like Natalie Dormer, as talented as she is, I wouldn't consider her a type of talent. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She would be like that B level. So it's like someone that can blend into the ensemble and stand out in blending in, but she doesn't overshadow anybody.
Yeah.
So the guy I'm talking about, and Shekinah, you watch Snowfall?
Yeah, of course I do.
Okay. I tell you right now, it shocked me when I heard old boy, when I heard him talk outside of being Franklin, and I was just, yo, no good actors are born in the United States. It's always over the pond. It's always, man, always. It's ridiculous.
We're built different over here.
You are, and you know what it is? I do feel as though you guys are born, and theater is an art. It's not just like a thing that I can do to make money. It's literally
yeah.
Here is just like I did Hannah Montana season 1, so like now I think I can be in the next Godfather. And it's like, wait, what? Like,
oh no.
But yeah, no, Snowfall, beautiful show. Beautiful show. I will forever say it is single-handedly the greatest written show and way better than The Wire. Just way better. But all right. So yeah, so Shekinah, you know the guy I'm talking about for Bane though.
Yeah. I agree.
It, right?
I agree.
Make sure you guys check that out when you get a chance. When you see him, you're gonna go, oh yeah. Matt Reeves should call him tomorrow for the Batman sequel. But I loved it. Everybody came with their castings. Everybody brought it. I love it. Love everyone's story. Before we move on, I have to ask AJ, I'll start with you and then Trevon, I'll ask you, why no Robin?
I would have picked the Robin, but I didn't have enough time. I mean, I can pick one right now if you want me to.
Yes, I do. No. Take your time. I'm going to go to Trevon to hear why Trevon doesn't have a Robin. Trevon.
I don't really want a Robin. I want a Nightwing.
Okay. We're gonna ignore Trevon. You can go ahead and turn off your video.
All right. I don't want a kid. Sorry. I want some. I don't want a kid. I want somebody grown.
That's what I'm always saying. Robin doesn't ever have to be a kid. To me, Robin.
He has to be old enough to want to take care of the Robin. That's my understanding of Batman the Robin. Robin becomes his ward. His I don't know, somebody he takes in.
That's a problem with what you're saying. Dick Grayson does not become that. Dick Grayson becomes his son. That's why it was something he needed. So to me, if he's older, you're gonna get what you got with Chris O'Donnell. I don't want that again. I don't want a grown man taking in another grown man. That was the weirdest thing ever.
He was much older than Chris O'Donnell, from what I understood. But
Trevon, they were still two grown men, and he talking about I'm gonna take you under my wing. Well, I'm a grown man. What are you talking about? You take me under your wing? To me,
this is why I don't get into Batman stuff.
Go ahead.
Because people don't like my taste of Batman.
No.
I like that movie. So
Christmas.
Okay. I'm gonna come at me. I don't care. I love that movie. No, I don't care. I can't. I love Batman Forever, Robin, whatever. I don't care.
I can't. So you watch
yes.
that suit.
I have it right now. Watch it right now. I can watch it right now and love it. Sure can. Yep.
I don't care. A credit card, and you said, "Yeah, that's it."
I thought it was funny. It's supposed to be cheesy. It's funny. Whatever. Whatever. I was little. I don't know. Oh.
I was little, and I looked at it and said, "Are those nipples on the outside of the suit? That doesn't make any sense. Why would it be on the outside? Who designed that? Who was designing this outfit and went, hey, Bruce, yo, you about to kill him with this. Yo, what'd you do, Alfred? I put the nipples on the outside. Like, what? Why? Why would you do that? Why? And then the even stupider one was, it was some scene, and they were like, how are you going to pay for this? I got my Batman credit card. What? What?
You don't think they would make something like that?
That was terrible.
You don't think they would make something like that?
Ask that question one more time so I can hear it clearly.
They make that stuff now. No, they make credit cards and crap with Batman.
Yes, Trevon, they make it with you. You can go swipe a credit card with not Batman himself going to ShopRite talking about, yo, let me get that ham. Let me get some ham.
If he's popular, why wouldn't they make it?
Because Trevon, he could shop as Bruce Wayne. Why would you ever need to shop as Batman? That wouldn't even make any sense. Where does your money travel to? What bank is it flowing through? It's just too many inconsistencies with that. Oh my God, Trevon. You know what? Look, I was gonna give you Nightwing is fine, but then you went on to say all this other stuff, and I'm just like,
okay, I think I got it.
It's fine. This is why
one of the fan cast, Dick Grayson. I think Aiden Gallagher.
Oh,
Gallagher.
Yeah, what you kind of said.
Huh. Oh, that's what you said? Okay, and then yeah, I'm following your path right there.
Okay. Right, show where we don't listen. All right. Okay.
I was focusing on my other fan casts.
All right, let's move on. I want to do the worst DC and Marvel castings last, purely because I don't have anything for that.
I got two from Marvel. Sure did.
I've never seen a Marvel or DC casting that I thought was just the worst. Well, unless Trevon, you're saying all time, because then I'll gladly go.
All time.
Then let's go. I'm gonna go right into it. Easily, Chris O'Donnell is Robin. Easily. Worst goddamn thing I've ever seen in my life.
I loved it. I loved
acting. I mean, if I can even go a step further, if Alicia Silverstone had not been as beautiful as she was in the 90s, I'd go a step further and say, why would you make Batgirl Alfred's niece? What is that? What? Just so much about that movie was just, oh my God. I don't know what he was doing. I get trying to be different and creative, but that was just spitting in the face of everything. Everything. Nipples on a Batman, a 30-year-old Robin.
That movie was amazing.
Amazing?
We will argue about this film for literally hours if we're not careful.
I'm not getting into all that.
It doesn't matter what y'all say. I love it. So it don't matter to me.
Each to their own. Each to their
Standing
own.
on that. So
God bless you. Shekinah, I will go to you.
Okay. Let me say, I have two. Okay, and they're both DC. And you guys, I think you'll disagree with me. Whatever, I'm saying it with my chest, okay? The first one, right? Ooh, I'm scared. Okay, the first one is Amy Adams as Lois Lane. And you have to hear me. When I like thought of Lois Lane, I thought of like Erica Durance in Smallville. Because she just seemed like the badass, she's just like, I can't really describe it. And then you see Amy Adams, she's just kind of like mellow. Like she just seems very, I don't know how to describe it. It's just, she just doesn't seem like Lois Lane. You see Lois Lane as like someone who will literally stick her neck out for trouble. Like she'll find the trouble just for the story. Like, but Amy Adams just seems so.
But she does that.
No, I don't think she does. Well, she does it, but not really. Like, or maybe it's because we saw Erica Durance for longer. Maybe I'm going off how long we saw Erica Durance over the fact that we've only seen Amy Adams not for that long. But I just feel like she doesn't really give it.
To be fair, we saw Amy Adams as Lois Lane 3 times. Man of Steel, BVS, and whichever Justice League you decide to go with. To be fair, and only
one that exists. Sorry.
Fair. That's what I said. Fair. Look, you love Batman and Robin, so there's probably someone out there who loves Whedon's cut. So I'm gonna just say, whichever Justice League you want to go with, I will respect it. Trevon, I apologize. You just caught me off guard. That movie is very.
It's fine. I'm used to getting attacked. It's fine.
Yeah, I attack here. What do you want from me? I will say Lois Lane was nose deep in it in Man of Steel. Lois Lane was nose deep in it in BVS. But I also will say Lois Lane was written by the same guy who thought it was okay to kill what's the guy that's the biggest fan of
Superman?
It's Jimmy Olsen. They killed Jimmy Olsen in the first 5 minutes. So clearly anyone who was not Superman was not very much highly regarded in that writer's room. So I think she was more so a product of subpar writing on her part. But when you say Lois Lane is always getting into it or into the thick of it, she was right there in Man of Steel. She was right there in BVS, literally in the thick of battle. So
she got injured because she was so nosy in Man of Steel.
Yeah, no, but she just doesn't. I'm not convinced. Like, I'm just not convinced. I'm not convinced. Like, you cannot convince me that is Lois Lane. Never ever. You just can't do it. Like,
Okay.
No.
All right.
Sorry.
Who's your second one?
Okay, this one, Jesse Eisenberg as Lex Luthor.
Oh yeah.
And I'll tell you, that one is like, you know, when you think of Lex Luthor, you think of like a boss. Someone walks in the room, you're checking your clothes to make sure everything is neat and sharp because you're literally standing in the presence of money. Like, you see money when you see Lex Luthor. When I saw Jesse Eisenberg, I was thinking, he looks like, no, like, he just seemed so not it. He seemed more like the Riddler. He was always speaking in like he never spoke like straight English. He was always like sideways. No,
See, that's one of the things that I do not like about Zack Snyder's storytelling with the Man of Steel BVS type of thing is he tries to crossbreed characters into like one character and it does not work whatsoever. Like the Flash, Lex Luthor or Lex Luthor Jr. or whoever you want to categorize him as. He does too much. For me, at least, he just does a lot.
I had no problem with his Lex Luthor. I saw it and again, I'm speaking as someone who's now seen BVS and then the Snyder Cut. So clearly there was a larger arc for Lex Luthor, and he looked like Lex at the end of Justice League. That's Lex. The confidence was there. The power was there. The feel, he wasn't the erratic kind of nervous wreck that he was in BVS. I don't know, man. I know Jesse Eisenberg is an amazing actor. I just think I think for a lot of us, and Shekinah, I'm not putting any words in your mouth at all, and you can definitely for this. I think a lot of us just had an idea on what we wanted Lex to be, and instead Zach gave us an evolution of Lex. and none of us wanted that. We wanted right to Lex. Boom. As soon as he gets on screen, you know, it's the presence. And I think he was building the presence of Lex Luthor. And I was willing to wait. And I like what I got at the end of Justice.
That type of character doesn't need to be built up evolution-wise.
No disagreement here. No disagreement here. I would even say I would have casted someone else, but I don't know, man. I don't know. If it wasn't for Justice League, Shekinah, I think maybe I'd be right there with you. But at the end of that, man, he felt like Lex to me. It was just like, okay, there we go. That's it.
I think maybe I'm seeing his other characters when I see him. I just don't see, I don't know. It's just when he walks into in the room, his shoulders are slouched and like, Lex Luthor would walk with his chest up. Why are you walking with your shoulders slouched? You know how much money you have? Why are you walking like this? You like, he didn't look bossy at all. Like, maybe it's just me and seeing it in a different light, but he just didn't look like a boss to me.
I agree with you. He's much more like a hippie type of boss. Like
hippie, even that's even the perfect word. Like we've seen Lex Luthor with long hair, but this was like shaggy long hair. This was shaggy. Like I don't know about that.
Trevon, go ahead and elaborate, because what you just said is exactly no. I agree with you, because it's exactly what I've been saying for years about Leto's Joker. Go ahead.
Modernized.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is the modernized Lex Luthor? I mean, maybe it's not gonna be the one that you expect from the cartoon or whatever. I don't know.
Okay.
And then for me, I got the Lex Luthor Jr. thing. Like when he was talking, the way he was talking about his dad and stuff like that, for me, it was very much clear that he was not that Lex Luthor you're talking about. He was the son of him that was scarred by his ruthless dad. That's what I got.
But the thing is, I don't like how it wasn't it wasn't told. Well, it was told to us that he was like a Lex Luthor Jr., but it wasn't like out there like, hey, I'm Lex Luthor Jr. He just represented himself as being.
Also, Zach didn't do a good job with ending the movie with you essentially physically making him into Lex Luthor.
Yeah.
So it was just kind of like, well, is he his son or is he the Lex Luthor that we're supposed to know? But I'm with you, Trevon. It's the same thing I used to defend Jared Leto's Joker. Everyone hates him, but I tell you right now, all these low Uzi Verts and low vanilla ice creams and whatever, they all look like that. So if David Ayer's telling me that his Joker was supposed to be a modern day boss, I would tell you a lot of these kids look exactly like that. They're out in the bright cars, Tekashi. You look at Tekashi and you're just like, if you told me what would a Joker look like today, I would probably say Tekashi. Yeah, that guy.
And to be fair, there's a bunch of Joker iterations in the comics, like a whole lot. And there's a couple of them that actually have tattoos in the comics as well.
100%. One with a giant dragon tattoo on his back. Yeah.
I understand the way they were going with Jared Leto's Joker. It's something different with Lex Luthor, though. It's
fair.
I think Lex Luthor is more consistent in the comics than Joker is.
Yeah. No, and again, I'm not saying that I was blown away by his performance in BVS. No, I keep saying this is speaking hindsight. Now that I've seen everything that they've done with that character, because they're probably not bringing Jesse Eisenberg back. I did feel at the end of Justice League, I was just like, okay, all right, you were building it. You were building up to it. I get it. I'm fine, So I would have liked to have seen what the next appearance of Jesse Eisenberg's Lex Luthor would have been, because it could have been more accurate to what we wanted, where it's still a little different, but it's more so to Lex that we wanted. But since we'll never get that, to me, I always just leave it open-ended. I don't argue anyone who's like, ooh, that BVS performance was horrible. But I'm also of the side of he could have been more, I
think it was just the decision in the writing
of
the West and the performance itself. But
I agree. I'd even say that lends to Lois Lane also. Amy Adams is a phenomenal actress. Mm-hmm. So if she wasn't convincing you, I would say it wasn't because of Amy Adams. I mean, it's the same thing I say when I defend Brie Larson. I'm like, I think people forget she won an Oscar before becoming Captain Marvel. So if her acting wasn't selling it, it wasn't her acting. It was probably the writing. So
I loved it. I don't care what anybody says.
I liked the movie. I didn't think there was a problem with it. I liked it.
What, Captain Marvel?
I mean,
Captain Marvel.
Oh, I love her.
It did have some issues, but I had no problem with it.
For me, it made sense story-wise on why she was so like she was supposed
to. She was a military. She was
not only that, they told you 30 times in the movie, show no emotion. And everyone's going, where's her emotion? What?
Right now.
Go ahead. I'm sorry, AJ.
Yeah, that she wasn't supposed to have emotion for the story itself.
Right.
She was brainwashed, and then she just found out that she had another lineage, and because of the Tesseract or the stone and all of that as well. So for me, it made sense story-wise for why she had like no emotion throughout Captain Marvel. But when she did have emotion, it was during like the past sequences when she was on Earth and she was with her best friend. And see, all that makes sense to me.
Hold on to that, AJ. Hold on to that because we're actually making great time here. So I want to add in the announcement of the Marvel names because we haven't discussed it as a group. So, you know, I'll throw that in as one of our last topics. But Trevon, I'm going to move over to you. This is your topic, man. Bring the fire. Bring the fire. What's your worst DC or Marvel casting?
You probably, I mean, these are probably like, you probably understand these from me immediately. I absolutely hated Iron Man 3's Mandarin. I don't care. I absolutely thought it was the worst thing they could have done. Thought it was the stupidest thing Marvel did. And I hated it. Pissed me off so much.
Will never see me coming.
I'm sorry. The trailer showed the ring. It just pissed me off. I was like, what the hell were they thinking? I don't know. And I'm sorry. The Evan Peters thing in WandaVision made me so upset.
I loved it.
That made me so pissed. I
have no words.
Poor baby.
Oh man!
All you guys thought that he was going to be part of the extra and everything. I'm okay.
Dude, who's all you? Not me.
It made sense to me if they did that.
No. How would you explain that? How would you explain that she opened another multiverse and plucked him from there and dropped him at the door? Explain that. Realistically,
I was thinking Agatha did it. I was thinking
she has that power. She has that much power.
I mean, I didn't know. We didn't know.
The way I would explain it is by using the Darkhold book.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we saw
that way you can do it, but I still wasn't convinced.
Well, Trevon, be honest. I did prepare you for the idea that he was not going to be anything more.
But what was the point?
Prop.
What was the point?
Trevon, don't you do that. Don't you do that. I will ask you right now.
Now look, you're talking about
Aaron Carter, the power broker. And
I have no problem with that.
Here we go.
So then I would say I got no problem with Evan.
No, come on. That's so different than that. Come on. No. We're not going to do that. We're not going to compare those two things. Come on. She was on the run. She was pissed off. She wanted power. She got power. That's what she had. She's a power broker. I don't care. That's fine for me.
Right.
So Peters being in the show is stupid.
Right. So it doesn't make sense to you that Agatha would do something that because remember, she was breaking the fourth wall. So it doesn't make sense that she would do something that would both upset Wanda and confuse us. That makes perfect sense.
She doesn't know what he looks like. She doesn't know who that guy is.
But that's what makes it even more interesting is that she had to create it from not knowing, and that's what she decided on. It was a double-edged sword, something that would affect Wanda and something that would make us go, whoa, hold on. What did I just say? What is this? So to me, it makes if you say Sharon Carter being a power broker makes 100% sense, I'm saying Ralph Boner is up there. Makes sense.
It does make sense. 100% it makes sense.
I don't get that. I don't understand it at all. Like that, you cannot explain it to me where it makes sense. I think
you don't understand it because you wanted him.
You choose not to understand. That's why.
We knew who Sharon Carter was. She wasn't a character that came out of nowhere. That's like a random actress and be like, oh yeah, here's Sharon Carter. This is the power broker now.
Trevon, the last time we saw her was Civil War. She did ultimately come out of nowhere and just become the power broker. We hadn't seen her since Civil War. She wasn't an Endgame. She didn't have a large part in Endgame.
She didn't have to be in Endgame, but she was on the run. We knew that.
There was like 90 people on the run before Infinity War started. I wouldn't have thought any of them were the power broker. To me, all I'm saying is Sharon Carter. You are a fan of Emily Van Camp. You also had no problem if it was no one else of importance. So you were more so set on, you didn't care who the power broker was, right? I'm saying I thought there was no way in hell this early on we would get a casting of a team. Feige has told us he hasn't even planned out what he wants to do with the X-Men yet.
Well,
he's giving us a main character.
5 years. In the quote, he does say 5 years, and that was like 4 years ago. To be fair.
What? For what?
When he said he was going to start planning out X-Men, and
the acquisition was like 3 years ago.
That's enough. Don't the movies come out in 2 years after being made?
Time out. That's enough for a guy who's giving you 9 shows in this 1 year. You thought he planned out all these movies, all these shows.
I guarantee you that he did plan out like WandaVision, Falcon, Winter Soldier, all those shows like 2 years ago. Not like 2 or 3 years ago.
No. I'm talking the X-Men. I'm not talking the shows. I'm talking the X-Men. I wouldn't have thought he would have casted a member of that this early out. Like, you killed Quicksilver. So to bring him back is a
let him stay dead. How about that?
Trevon, he is. There was no mention of Quicksilver after the Ralph Boner appearance. So for all we know, he is dead.
For me, it just makes sense.
We completely disagree with this. I hated it.
That is fair, because one of my things will be stupid. Sharon Carter, so it's okay. I don't
understand that, because she's a character you know already, but whatever. So, and another character I hated was Jennifer Lawrence's Mystique. Thought that was stupid. I don't understand why she was cast if she didn't want to wear the goddamn blue. I'm sorry, it pisses me off. I'm sorry. Those are the 3 things that piss me off, and I don't. I mean, those are the 3 that I can really think of right now that I immediately thought of. I don't understand how you guys say repeaters make sense, but it's fine. Now just move on. Let's just move on from this, because I'm pissed off now. Let's move on.
You wanted a 30-year-old Nightwing. Anyway, Mandarin, I completely agree with you. That was a waste of my time. I didn't even need to. I don't even go back and rewatch that movie. I skipped 2 and 3. They can go in the garbage. I'm with you on Mystique. The blue thing I can live with, right? No. I hate it. I despise it. I can live with. My bigger problem was she spent exactly no time in 4 movies being a goddamn villain. She was a hero the entire time.
Yeah.
You find me one Mystique comic where she's a hero.
I got tired of seeing Katniss. That's how I felt.
All of them.
I could take red, blue, green, purple. But what I will not take is Mystique being a good guy under no circumstances. None. Because then it makes Magneto's arc completely incomplete. He needed Mystique. It was his right hand. So I'm like, you took that away, and it's just like, there's no Sabretooth. There's no Mystique. It's like, what are we doing here?
See, your argument with Mystique is why I'm not a big fan of what they're trying to do with Black Adam.
What do you mean?
They're trying to make Black Adam to like an anti-hero type of.
Oh well, you know why though? Here's the difference. You're not going to sell The Rock as your bad guy.
He should be.
He's too low. No, I think you can, but they're just not going to. When he first announced he was going to be Black Adam, first thing I thought was
12 years ago.
I don't know if this is
gonna be. That was me too.
Gonna be.
I was one of the few that was like, I don't like. He looks like him, sure, but
well, I tell you what. Do you know what your alternative was? Him being Jon Stewart, and I damn sure wasn't taking that.
Hell no.
Oh, just don't put him in.
I would parade in the streets with signs.
I don't
way.
Need with hair. I don't need The Rock with hair ever.
He can be a voice actor. He'll be fine as a voice actor, as like an alien or something.
You are disrespectful.
Like Vin
Diesel. Nope. I will not be a part of any Rock slander. But
like Vin Diesel.
I will say this, that it'll just be interesting to see. To me, here's my biggest thing, AJ. If you want to make him an anti-hero, I can live with that. But you can't have it to where his interactions with Shazam are them working together. As long as they beef, I can live with it. As long as they beef, I can live with it. I can sleep soundly. So every time Shazam sees him, it's on site. I can live with that.
Yeah, I don't want people to go into the movies like, oh, I love The Rock. I want them to like say, fuck The Rock. And like,
time out, AJ. You can't say that. We just had a whole season of people loving Zemo. Zemo's not a good guy. You had everybody like, oh, that
Zemo became Zemo. Oh my God. I guess.
Exactly. That's my point.
The difference between Zemo and Black Adam, though, is like Black Adam, he doesn't need anybody. Zemo is like, hey, I need you for this plan, that plan, and all that. The Rock.
No, I completely get you, but my point is the writing for Zemo did not seem like a villain. It seemed very much like an anti-hero. And I'm saying that's wrong. Yeah. That should never be the case. We should have left this series going, damn, Zemo did that. That's crazy. Instead, people were just like, yo, that dance was fire.
That makes sense.
What about the people he killed? I don't really care. That dance was fire, though. So I'm just saying, it seems like Marvel, Thanos, sympathetic. You know what I'm saying? Killmonger, sympathetic. So it seems to be the world we live in now, to where it's just like, he does kill people, but like his mom locked him in a closet once. So like, y'all feel sorry for him, right? And it's like, no. No, I don't. He snapped half the universe away. I don't care what his problems were beforehand. So it seems very much like a consistent of.
I guess my issue isn't really the way he shouldn't be sympathetic. I just don't want him to like team up with Shazam in one movie, or team up with Justice League or whatever, just something like that. I'm fine with them being sympathetic.
I'm with you. I'll even say this. We know in the comics, Slade Wilson is very much out for Slade Wilson only.
Yeah.
He does whatever the goal is, he makes sure he benefits somehow. Mm-hmm. So if Black Adam does something like, yeah, all right, Superman, cool. You need me to help you lift this bus off this old lady? Great. He lifts it and then he throws the bus at Superman. I could live with something like that. But like you said, it's the idea of like, here's a Justice League plus Black Adam. No, don't do that. Like, don't do that. He needs to be clearly the villain.
I just want them to make the movie. It's taking too long.
They're filming.
They're filming there now.
He announced himself like 10 years ago. I feel like
not 10. Not 10 years.
That's what it feels like.
But to be fair, there was no
it gotta be like
to put him in.
It got to be like 7 though, at least.
It's about 7 or 8, but there was no universe to put him in.
It hasn't been really that long. Like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah, it's been 7?
About
been about 7 years.
It was a long time.
Because you got to remember, Man of Steel came out.
Long time.
It's been 2012, I think. Right.
And also, they took a long time to get Shazam 2 out. These kids are growing. How they gonna explain that? Like,
well, when did Shazam 2 come? I mean, Shazam come out?
When did Shazam come out?
Yeah.
Quite a few years ago.
3 years ago?
Yeah, it hasn't been that long since the announcement of Shazam.
It'll be that long by the time the movie comes out.
No. I think Trevon's saying the kids are like the Stranger Things kids. They're aging out of the adorable, and like the whole premise.
Well, it depends on when the timeline is, right?
No,
they're not gonna look like the grown-ups.
Yeah, I was about to say. I tell you right now, I saw what these kids look like in Stranger Things. They're adults. They're not children.
They're adults.
The whole premise was me watching these kids get out of adult situations.
Yeah.
I don't want to see adults getting out of adult situations. The hell is that? It's then I'm watching Alien at that point. Like, no, it's supposed to be the adorableness of these kids getting out of these. So I am with you, Trevon. But
I heard about that movie.
As long as the kid who's playing Billy, as long as the voice doesn't get any deeper, he doesn't grow tremendously taller, I'll be fine with it. I'll be fine knowing that he is older, but as long as he doesn't sound like he's older, I think I can kind of live with that.
If they didn't have the family, I would feel more better. But since they have the family, I'm like...
Well, to be fair, everybody else is relatively young. I think he's probably the oldest out of most of that young cast that they have for Shazam. But, yeah. Anyway, I like your 3, Trevon. I really do. Especially Mystique. We'll forever hate Jennifer Lawrence for that.
Oh no! Oh no!
Great Katniss. But...
No, I'll definitely hate
her. Even like her as Katniss. I don't really like her as an actress. Full stop. She just seems so whiny all the time. So
Jennifer Lawrence.
It's a no from me. She just seems so whiny to me. Like Peter. All I hear is Peter. That's literally all I hear. Like.
Oh, so you're talking about Kat. Okay. It's like Jennifer Lawrence is the actress. No. See.
I just hear her.
I won't take the Jennifer Lawrence
So funny. I'm sorry.
hate.
Okay, you know what? That's fine. Tell you what, AJ, here's where we'll shake hands. You knock it off with the Rock slander, and I'll back off Jennifer Lawrence. Deal?
I'm not slandering The Rock though.
You were slandering the Rock. You said he should be a faceless alien. That is slander. I at least said Jennifer.
Hey, no, I just said an alien. So it could have been like atrocities. It could have been like
you don't want to see his face. That is disrespect, AJ. What are we talking about right now?
People still know who he is.
What are we talking about right now? That's like going out with somebody and go, "Hey, do me a favor, wear this bag." What? Yeah, wear the bag.
Oh no.
Wear the bag. Wear the bag.
Oh no.
But anyway, AJ, go ahead and end this out. Who you going with for worst DC and Marvel cast?
Well, I was gonna do Jennifer Lawrence, but I'll change that. I'm gonna do Nicolas Cage.
Wait, hold on. Did you just say no Jennifer slander and then follow it with saying she was one of the worst casts?
I didn't like her as Mystique. I mean, Jennifer Lawrence as an actress. I'm just talking about Mystique right now.
Okay. I got
I'm not doing Jennifer Lawrence since that's already been talked about.
Okay.
Nicolas Cage as Johnny Blaze.
Yeah, I'll never agree with that.
Yeah,
That first one was solid.
He's a no.
I agree.
That first one was solid. That second one didn't need to be made.
The second one, I fell asleep in the theater.
That first one?
Uh-oh.
Let's be honest.
I mean, AJ, even the scene where he's screaming because his face is burning off.
The visuals were nice, but the entire movie and him as I just was not a fan. I was not a fan at all.
I will respect your opinion, but I love Nick Cage.
Who would you pick?
Huh?
Who would you pick? You have an idea?
As Johnny Blaze or just a Ghost
Yeah,
Rider?
Johnny Blaze. Yeah, Johnny Blaze.
Hey, you're gonna have to ask me that in the next podcast.
Okay. Okay.
There's a lot I can choose from, but I'm not gonna pick right now. Eric Bana as Hulk. That's my second one. Was not a fan of Eric Bana as Hulk or the entire movie.
Don't get me wrong. I think the worst superhero movie ever created was that. But I did not have a problem with his Hulk.
See, I'm not the way I'm going, I'm not going like the worst of like all the movies. I'm just going by like the worst Hulk or like
okay.
That's the way I'm going right now.
Okay.
And you guys might hate me for this, but I'm gonna do Tobey Maguire as Spider-Man / Peter Parker. I hear you.
I hear you.
Too old.
He's old.
Now look back at
exactly.
it.
Time out. Hold on.
Too old.
Let's be fair. Did we think that when we were 8, 9 years old?
No, I didn't say. I said now
not.
looking back.
In hindsight.
Right. Now it doesn't work.
In hindsight.
Also,
I'll tell you right now, if they said in that movie he was 13, I would have been like, yep, 13. They make him 13. I didn't know I was 8 or 9. I didn't know, but we're talking hindsight. Okay.
But even without the age,
and the Flash,
I still prefer Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man and Tom Holland.
Tom Holland, yeah.
Wait, so hold on. Let's be clear on this. Are you saying it was a bad casting, or are you just saying he's not the best? He's
not the best. He's not the best out of the Spider. That's where I was going off of.
Okay, because like, only reason I'm trying to clear it up is so you don't get nothing in yet.
Yeah. Tobey Maguire is a great actor, and I actually did enjoy his performance. Ish. I did not like the Black Spider-Man symbiote type acting.
He didn't like that dance.
That was god awful. That was just.
I hate that. I hate that so much.
That's exactly what I remember when I think about him. That's so sad. That's the first thing I think about. It's memorable.
I can't tell if Juwaan shaking his head in disapproval or approval.
No, it was horrible. It was. I remember sitting in that theater going, I went to a midnight showing. And I'm just like, why? Like,
bad idea.
Watch the cartoon. When he got the symbiote, it did make him more confident. It made him stronger, made him faster. But I don't ever remember seeing him in the cartoon start dancing randomly. And mad aggressive with Mary Jane.
Well, I will say a positive with that is that we got that hilarious one in Into the Spider-Verse that was making fun of it. That's all I will say for that.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Very fair enough.
Yeah.
But all right, so I just
also that's when Sam Raimi just gave up on Spider-Man because he didn't get what he wanted.
Fair, very fair. He did. He very much gave it to piece of shit because he didn't want to do it. But yeah, so I agree. I just wanted you to clean up the Toby thing. So you
yeah. I love
Angel coming after you, and
I love Tobey Maguire as an actor. Just like so many people hate Robert Pattinson because of Twilight, even though he's a great actor overall. That's how I am with Toby with Spider-Man.
I will say it. I don't care. I didn't hate the Twilight movies.
You like them?
No. See, that's how a narrative gets started.
Hold on.
I'll
answer this question.
Twilight movie.
I'll answer this question.
Go ahead, Trevon.
I love them.
I don't think they're bad movies.
I can see that. I can see Trevon liking them.
Yes,
to me,
when
you look at
and you're learning me, you're learning my taste. Yeah, I love it.
When you look at it from the lens of who that movie was marketed for and what it was supposed to be, like when you hear people shit talk Robert Pattinson, it's only dudes. They're like, "Oh, the Twilight guy." Like, dude, that movie was definitely not catered for you. It wasn't.
It was made from my age.
Yeah, it's why you had what's his name purely in the movie just to take his shirt off every 4 seconds.
Exactly.
You know, I'll never forget my older cousin. Exactly. She's like, she swindled me. She's like, come see Twilight with me. And I'm like, Twilight? I'm not seeing Twilight. She's like, Juwaan, there's going to be like a bunch of girls there. Like, relax. I'm like, oh, yeah, okay, that does make sense. I go there. Everybody in that movie theater is booed up. And I'm just watching this movie with a homeboy take his shirt off 90 times. I'm just like, bro, what is
Team Jacob?
No. When you step back, I mean, it's, again, when you look at who it was catered for, it's kind of like, well, you know, maybe it wasn't for you. Maybe it wasn't meant to be for you. Yeah. You know, it's the same way with A Wrinkle in Time. Mm-hmm. Wrinkle in Time was not a movie you wanted a 40-year-old white man to tell you he did.
Exactly.
Not do it before, you know? So that's why I'm like, you kind of have to look at things in different lenses, not just as a movie. Who is it supposed to be for? You know, same reason why all the people that say, "Oh, Black Panther made a lot of money because it, you know, it catered to Black people." Well, yeah.
Just like
agreed.
It's going to make a lot of money because it's catering to a lot of Asians there. So
sure, 100%. So, but all right, no, I loved everybody's picks. Let's get into our last two topics. Now, Trevon, I want you to explain this one so I can make sure I answered it correctly. You had best superhero villain / pitch a superhero villain that hasn't been done, a superhero character you wish was never adapted, and one you wish would have been adapted already.
Why can't these be split up a little bit? That's
why I was confused.
I only answered one.
All is one?
I just picked one.
I just threw out as many things I could think of. You asked me. I was like, here you go. So then, that's all I got.
This is what we'll do. We'll do pitch a supervillain that hasn't been done. That's one. And then the second part of that will be a character that has been adapted that you wish had not been. I'll go first. Oh, you go? Okay, go ahead.
I'll go first. Okay. First one, I'll do the one that should have been adapted yet. And that's the Riddler. And Batman Forever, was it? Whatever it was.
Yes.
Whoa. You saying he shouldn't have been in that?
He the whole movie shouldn't have been made to begin with.
I don't know. Jim Carrey as the Riddler is probably the only positive thing I can say about those movies. That and Val Kilmer is Bruce Wayne. Those are probably the only good things I could take from those.
The Riddler gave me a headache. I did not. No, absolutely.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. And then the one I would adapt is Kraven the Hunter. I would love. I don't think we've gotten Kraven the Hunter yet. It's some. No. Okay. Yeah. Kraven the Hunter, I will have for a Spider-Man movie if Sony wasn't so hands-on with Marvel Spider-Man. I think we would have gotten a Kraven the Hunter type movie with this third one. Yeah, that would have been so awesome right there. But I'm happy with what I'm getting right now. So,
how would you feel if they announced a solo one?
What?
You know, they'll try it. Announce the solo Kraven movie like they do.
I actually wouldn't mind that having those.
What would it be about? That's not what the movies. Okay.
No, I mean, it would be about it. He's a hunter, so it would be about some of his biggest hunts. That's not my issue. My issue is stop creating Spider-Man villains that aren't created with Spider-Man. I have no need for it. I don't need a Joker movie with no Batman. I don't need a Lex Luthor movie with no Superman. I don't need any of that stupid shit. It's stupid. Why? Why would I want any of it?
Well, why did you say it's okay for a Craven movie where he's just hunting things that we don't care about? Like,
no, I said I understand what you could do the movie about, but I don't want it. I don't want it. I didn't want Venom. I don't want a Craven.
Yeah,
I want a Black Cat movie.
That's what's mine. I didn't want that Venom movie. I did not want that.
Did you watch it?
I did watch it.
Okay.
Did not like it.
Oh, okay.
Did not like it.
I didn't hate it.
I was surprised by it. This isn't terrible.
Yeah, it did things I didn't expect it to do. But I still left that movie going, there's no symbol on his chest. This is not Venom. Like,
also, he went too fast of being a hero. Did not care for that.
I would agree.
First movie, hey, I'm a good guy. Cool. Great. No, now we're going to get a Spider-Man and Venom team-up movie next movie now. Wow. I'm so happy.
Yeah. That's what you get, though, when you create, like, it seems like Morbius will be more so of a good guy. I mean, even though in the comics he was good guy-ish, wasn't really your full-on bad guy, but still, it's like, these are people that fight Spider-Man. Why are you making it so I care about them? Because then what happens when they have to fight Spider-Man? What the hell do I root for?
It's like the only people that actually do research are the people in the Marvel Studios. Like, Sony doesn't do really any research. DC doesn't really do any research. You
know what? Sony reminds me of, you ever know that kid that, like, you could just sense that when they woke up, like the night before they went to bed, they laid out this outfit, right? They were like, oh, yo, I'm about to kill him tomorrow. And they step off the bus and you're like, yo, what the fuck are you wearing? What is it? And like, you just see how sad they are. Like, damn, like, I really thought this was going to kill him. And it's like, dude, no one likes that. Like, no one thinks that looks good. That's what Sony is. Sony coming out, yo, they about to love this Venom movie. So no one asked for that shit. No one wanted that. No, we don't like it. All right, I'm going to go up next. I'm going to go character I wish was not adapted, Power Broker. Could have done a better job. Sorry. You dropped the ball on that one. Literally, Sherlock Holmes was smoking a pipe and was just like, no one else saw this coming. Everybody's I didn't need to be here. Okay, great. It was poor. It was piss poor. It was confusing. I did say that there was a lot of edits, rewrites, reshoots. Maybe it was fleshed out more in that. Hashtag the Power Broker cut, I guess. I don't know. Who knows? But no.
I'm tired of the hashtag release. Ugh. God, I'm over that. Over it.
I'm with you, because to me, it's very lazy, because then it means the director can do a shit job for his original cut and then come back and say, well, I got a better copy in my closet. It's like, dude, no. What you release is what you release, and it was horrible. And a character that I want to be adapted is Red Hulk. I want Red Hulk. Flames coming from everywhere.
Yes.
Him melting things as he walks, the angrier he gets. To me, I think you dropped the ball with Abomination as your big bad, and She-Hulk rather than Red Hulk. At least the leader. I mean, I'm like, God, we got Abomination already. He got the brakes beaten off of him. I don't need to see him again. What would I need to see him again for? Give me somebody else. The leader, Red Hulk. I mean, damn. First of all, Abomination got beat so bad, it took Joel to remind me. I thought Hulk killed him. So when Kevin Feige said Abominations and She-Hulk, I'm like, they're creating another one? And he's like, nah, it's the same guy. I'm like, didn't Hulk kill this motherfucker? He's like, no. Oh, okay. I thought he choked him out. I thought he killed him. My bad. So that's what I'm going with. Get rid of the Power Broker and bring me in Red Hulk. That's what I'm going with. Shekinah or Trevon? Who's ready?
I did my answer kind of wrong, so just go to Trevon now.
No. What did you answer out of?
Well, I did. It was like a merge of the two. Like, I wish they hadn't done Poison Ivy, but I kind of want them to do it again, but better.
Okay.
Because we had it in Batman and Robin, and then we had a silly version in Gotham that I just really hated. Like, literally gag, ill. Like, I feel like she deserves way better. But I don't trust Warner Brothers to do it anytime soon anyway. So It's a fantasy. It's a dream.
No,
I love her so much.
Get Matt Reeves in there. He'll do it.
Time out. To be fair, let's be fair. David Ayer did want to do Gotham City Sirens. So we would have gotten her there, but instead they went with Birds of Prey. So
yeah.
Yeah.
I like Birds of Prey.
But I will take no Uma Thurman.
I did too.
I would take no Uma Thurman slander.
I'm not slandering her. I love her, but I just wasn't feeling it. It wasn't really it for me. So that's it.
That's actually what I want to do with Riddler. I'm happy that we're getting Riddler again with Matt Reeves.
There.
Now he's going to actually give us a good Riddler instead of that. Okay. No. Not.
You didn't like the one in Gotham?
You were going to stop with Jim.
You didn't like the Riddler in Gotham?
I stopped watching Gotham. I don't think I got up to...
I think what I did was I stopped watching at season like 3, and then I watched the last like 3 episodes of the last season just so I could see how it ended, because I was just like, you're going in a really weird direction right now, and I just had to step out.
Gotham
I had to step out.
Okay.
Gotham was like the
this.
Flash, and
I watched.
I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna tell you this. This is all you need to know about how Gotham finished its arc. Okay. Do you remember the iconic comic of Bane crushing Batman's back?
Mm-hmm.
They fucking did that with Alfred. They used Bane to break Alfred's back.
Yeah.
What?
Think about that.
Yeah.
Let me say it one more time. They used Bane to break Alfred's back. And let me clarify this. Alfred with no power suit, Alfred with no, Kryptonian blood. So, essentially that should have killed him.
Regular Alfred,
regular butler. I brought UT Alfred. Got his back broken by Bane.
No wonder I stopped watching the show.
And then what made it even worse was their last season, they adapted The Dark Knight Rises. You brought Bane in, you brought Talia in, and it was just like, you guys know.
It was a hot, ugly mess. Ugly mess.
What I had a problem with Gotham. Okay, so I watched it until Fish Mooney was killed, I think. I don't know.
Which time?
I don't know.
Which time?
Anyway, whenever I was excited for her when she got on the show, she got killed. I was like, I'm dead. So because I was like, this is weird. Why is he meet his villains this young? I didn't understand. I was like, I don't know what's going on. I'm not the most Batman person, but this doesn't seem right to me. Something wrong here. And then when they had, I think Cameron come in as the Joker or whatever, I thought he was cool. I was like, this is neat. That's when I got back into the show. Had no idea what was going on, but I thought he was cool. I was like, let me watch this. Let me just see him. This is cool. He's crazy. This is great. And then I jumped out again when he left. Apparently he came back again, but I never came back.
It was his twin. It was a weird
it
was so ugly. It was an ugly plot twist. I did not agree.
I will say, we have interviewed the guy who created the show, but I will say the biggest problem they had with that show was there should have never been a Bruce Wayne. Never. It could have been someone you talked about, but you never saw on camera. So that way, when you're introducing a Joker, you're introducing a Two-Face, a Riddler, a Penguin.
It could have been like another world.
Right.
It was a Two-Face, and he just never came back again.
Yep,
am I right?
Yeah,
it was really weird.
Yep.
So how do you guys feel about this? Gotham
Super excited.
You sure?
Super excited.
I'm super excited about it because it's a continuation, or really it's packaged with Batman the movie. So we know he exists. He's a full-grown man, not 11, and then you shoot him up to...
What if he never shows up?
I don't need him to show up.
At least we're getting a writer that knows what he's doing.
But time out. Hold on. You're overthinking it. The show is only supposed to be about we exist. We're policing now in a Batman world. So instead of the town, feeling safe with the police department, they're depending on Batman. So now it's the question of how do you exist as a police department when you have Batman doing your job for you? So now it's seeing it in the lens of how do you exist alongside the idea of a Batman.
Well,
so Christopher Gordon's supposed to be in it. So to me, it'll have the Batman feel.
Gordon was in the last one too.
Well,
it's not going to be the same.
Batman didn't exist in the last one.
It's not going to be the same at all in the series.
Okay. Well,
my only issue with Gotham was you created this whole world of Batman villains, and they're like 30, 40 years old. So I'm like, Batman was 10 in the first episode.
Yeah.
So I'm like, by the time he's 25, which is when he becomes Batman, they'll be 50, 60 years old, and he's fighting these 50, 60-year-old villains. How does that make any sense? That's stupid.
Also, Matt Reeves' Gotham series is going to be year 1 of Batman, right?
No, it's within the first 2 years of him becoming Batman. So Batman exists. So again, it's the idea of them, us seeing the corruption firsthand. It's kind of like you said, Trevon. It's kind of what Gotham, the original show, did, but this is just going to be better and make more sense because Batman exists and is a full-grown man, not 5. And then we see him grow up. No, already a grown man, establishing everything. We're just seeing it from the police's eyes.
Also, different writers. That makes it.
I'm gonna appreciate you. See, you guys are so hyped about it. I'm gonna take that as my way of thinking about this movie. I'm not that hype about it as you guys are, but I'm just like, I'm
gonna be honest. I'm not necessarily hyped about it. I have to see what they do in the Batman movie to know what to expect tone-wise, feeling-wise. I could watch the Batman movie and go, man, I hate Gordon. Maybe I don't want to watch it.
Why have you seen a lot of his stuff or something? I don't know much about Matt Reeves or whatever. Like,
oh my God, I've loved everything Matt Reeves has done. Planet of the Apes, Let Me In.
Watch Planet of the Apes. I think you'll like that one, Trevon.
But not the first one wasn't.
I've seen them, but not. I don't know. Okay, all right. Well, all right. We'll see. Okay, I'm not going down it. Whatever. I'm sure it's gonna be great. Everything's gonna be great.
Well, it also depends on which area it's in. Like Gotham was on CW or whatever, or ABC. Whatever.
Stop coming for CW. We get it.
I'm joining CW slander. CW slander.
No.
I was just what is
It was
on. What about Ava DuVernay? Don't do that to her.
There's a difference in money with Fox, CW, and all that ABC, and then you have HBO Max, which focuses on their storytelling without trying to, let's make more just for money and money and money. They actually focus on that specific story arc, unlike.
I'll just say this, Trevon. You don't have to be hyped for it. Just know this. You know how much I love Batman. So if I think it's going to be good, trust me. And my grading curve is pretty high. So yeah.
I'm going to see it. I mean, I'm not like, I'm not going to see it. I'm not crazy. I'm going to go see it.
You will, knowing that Matt Reeves is involved, you'll enjoy it. That's all I can say. You'll enjoy it. You don't have to be hyped for it, but by the time you finish it, you'll be like, damn, that was pretty good. Okay. And Shekinah and AJ, we will have an intervention to discuss why you slander CW.
No. There's no intervention needed. What do you like? What do you like?
Okay.
What do you like?
Exactly what I like, right? You know all the problems you're having in your movie universe? Yeah, that doesn't exist in the TV world.
Hold on. Hold on. Are you seriously telling me that you enjoyed The Flash after season 3? Tell me you've enjoyed The Flash after season 3. Tell me you've enjoyed it.
No.
What is holding you there? I left. I dipped. I'm gone.
First of all, I only watched 2 shows, Batwoman, and that's losing me.
I didn't even start. I never started Batwoman.
I did 1 or 2 episodes and I was like, no, I can't do this.
You should.
I can't.
The first season was really good. But my point is CW has done things that the movie universe still stumbles on. It gave you Crisis on Infinite Earths.
Which was done terribly.
It was what?
It was done terribly. It was dumb.
Trevon, I'm sorry.
You actually watched it? Did you actually watch it?
I watched it. I did watch it. And
have you watched all the shows leading up to it?
Yes, I did. I watched. I geared up. I binged to catch up. I binged.
Time out. 1 second. Sorry, guys. I apologize. We're done. Trevon, you have not answered this topic. You can go ahead and give your answer for this topic. I will not end this show in a headache. Absolutely not. We will discuss this a different day for sure.
This is about a villain we wish was never done, right?
Say it again.
A villain that was never done?
Yeah, and one that you would like to see that hasn't been done.
Oh, okay. Well, I definitely wish we never did Galactus.
The Cloud.
The Cloud.
I couldn't.
Galactus the Cloud.
As much as I like I like the Fantastic Four movies.
Me too.
That part was I couldn't believe they did that. Like, that's the same thing
I'm
they
gonna be
did.
honest with you. I think I was 12 or 13. I remember watching that. I looked over at my dad. I was just like,
what
who
is this?
That? And he was like, Galactus. I said, no. He's like, well, that's what they called it. I said, oh, okay. Well, as long as they know that we know that, that's damn sure.
And
not
they kind of did the same thing for in the Green Lantern movie, wasn't there like a
with Parallax? Yeah,
Parallax. Yeah.
Yeah, and they did the same thing with Dormammu. That was damn sure not Dormammu.
Hold on. Dormammu wasn't that bad. Dormammu wasn't as bad as this.
Have you seen what Dormammu looks like?
It's not as bad as this. A cloud. I mean, at least he talked. I don't know. Whatever. Okay.
Okay.
It wasn't this bad.
Disrespectful. It's right up there with Mandarin and all that. But go ahead. I'm sorry. Who do you wish that we got that we haven't gotten yet?
I'm all about my status shot stuff right now, so I want to roll with this way, and I can't wait to see how they do Ebon. I'm really curious on how they do that. Like, I don't know. I'm worried about it, but also excited at the same time. I'm worried about it because it's Warner Brothers, but I'm excited about it because it's Ebon. I just want to know. I just see how it looks. I mean, you see how the show did it. I'm like, how are they gonna? And they can't not do him. I'm gonna be mad if they don't do him.
Well, don't say that because Warner Brothers will skip some shit. They'll definitely skip some.
You mean all?
Wait. Hold on. Time out. Hold on, because I'm getting deja vu here. Let's backtrack. You're saying your love for a character. You're hoping they don't mess it up by not doing them, right? Because I got a lot of hate for my need for Mephisto from you. So I'm just saying.
Talent Shock and Ebon are hand in hand. Mephisto is not hand in hand with Wanda, technically.
Mephisto had like a whole story arc with Wanda.
What? Trevon, they used the entire Mephisto storyline to create WandaVision.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, the time Agatha interacted with Wanda was with Mephisto because of Mephisto. So you do, on a more molecular level, feel me on the idea of if it's accurate, remain accurate.
That's true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just saying you gave
and for Marvel, we expected them to do better. Yes. Okay. I agree with that. Yes.
Okay. Because I'm just saying,
But I'm really worried. I mean, I'm not worried about Marvel not pulling it off by not doing that. Warner Brothers is gonna fuck this. If this, God, please don't fuck up Status Shop. I'm just really worried.
The difference between Marvel and DC is that if they even like drive away from the actual comic book accuracy in Marvel, at least the story itself is good.
Still,
yeah. DC, they just fuck up everything. They just mess up everything unless a director actually takes charge. And
if we are still doing this podcast and I go see this Static Shop movie and it's not good, I'm gonna come on here crying. Right now, I'm gonna be on here crying. I'll be so upset, man. I don't even want to talk about it. I might not even want. I might be like, no, you know what? I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna cry. Just, oh my God, I'm really worried.
All right, so I was gonna end this on a Marvel note, but since I know how much each and every one of us is so going on DC, I actually would like to end our show tonight on discussing the whirlwind of a story that we got a few days ago of what Warner Brothers is doing with Superman. AJ, you were cheering and dancing, pop locking. I'll let you first. AJ, what were your thoughts on the news that technically we already knew? The only new news was they're looking for a black director. But your thoughts on the Superman news that we got?
Stupid.
I was so confused. I was like, wait a
minute. Are they focusing on Clark Kent in this one as well? Is that the rumor?
That's what they said. Yeah.
No. That was not the rumor. Here's the problem. Clickbait exists.
Mm-hmm.
They were saying that his name is going to be Kal-El, right?
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Everyone's assuming that means when he hits Earth, he'll take on the persona of Clark Kent.
Mm-hmm.
That's not been confirmed by anybody. Kal-El could just be his alien name that they decide to go with, But
well, it depends if is it hyphenated or is it all together?
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say.
It is
hyphenated.
hyphen. It does look like it is hyphenated.
Assuming that's Clark Kent because without the.
And again, if it is, I'm just saying there was no story from a major source that said that this Superman will be Clark Kent. So that's why I'm saying people went a little bit too overboard. There was no confirmation that that's what they were going with. But
but it is highly assumed because it is hyphenated.
It's possible. It's possible.
Yeah.
Okay, but if we're going by that logic, it's stupid. Go with the Kello without the hyphenation.
We're never gonna get this movie anyway.
Huh?
I said we're never gonna get the movie anyway.
Probably not. He's known for like, hey, we're going to change our mind. So
I guarantee you, because what they're trying to do with diversity, it'll be one of the first movies we get. I guarantee you that.
And all I know is it's a dumb movie.
Well, how about they do that for Static Shock? Put Static Shock first, then. Let's put all the money into that.
Fast tracking Static Shock anyway.
Yeah, they are. Well, okay. So here's my thing, and then Shekinah, I'm gonna go to you. Okay. I don't care about it because nothing in that article told me that it's part of my main continuity. I only care about my main continuity. If it has nothing to do with the main continuity, and sorry, Trevon, I don't mean this personally. If Static Shock is not part of the main continuity, I'm not supporting that shit either. I don't have it in me.
The Batman isn't made part of the main continuity. So
say it again.
The Batman isn't part of the main continuity, right? Isn't
it
like a whole new universe now? Isn't that going to start a whole new universe?
Yeah, the Batman.
You're talking Robert Pattinson's Batman.
Yeah.
Difference is, Trevon, who's the character?
A separate Batman, a different universe?
No. Who's the character? What's the character's name?
The Batman, a different universe?
All right, there you go, Batman. So that's the difference.
There's only one exception, Trevon. Batman.
No,
doesn't care about anything else.
Yeah, I don't care about anything else. Batman, sure. Yeah, so to me, if it's not main continuity, you're asking me to devote all this energy into something essentially that really means nothing. But what makes me even more frustrated, I don't care if he's Clark Kent, I don't care if he's Kal-El, I don't care. To me, you don't need a black Superman. To me, you have so many other characters that are black, that are Hispanic, that are LGBTQ, that you can use. You don't have, like, again, I know I said this a few years ago because we were living in a world where no one cared about Jaime, no one cared about Static, no one cared about Black Lightning, no one cared about these characters. So the only way to get people to be aware that their superheroes look differently than besides with just the core that they know was to take a major character and race swap them. But in today's time, with how sensitive everybody is and offended everybody is, today is the perfect time to take characters that already exist and just make them more important.
But there is a black Superman that already exists.
And I get you, but they're not doing that because they feel as though we need a black Superman.
That's why I'm hating this movie.
Right. That's what I'm saying. To me, you're not doing it because you're like, yo, you know what? In the times that we're in, we need. No. And even if that's the case, even that seems a bit yucky. Now, if they did this years ago, before we had an actual Clark Kent, I would go, whoa, they about to give us a continuity of a black Superman? Now, that's dope. But in Elseworld, that's essentially you just going, well, we'll leave him here just in case Henry doesn't work out, and we can just pluck him from here right into over. I don't like that. To me, take characters that are already black and just prop them up. Use them. There's a lot. There's not 3, like people assume out there. There's a lot. Use them. So that's my biggest issue. It's a cop-out, and you telling me you're doing this for diversity. I don't like that either. Your Justice League was very white. And now you're just like, yo, you know what? We probably could use some color. I mean, you're only like 6 movies deep in your DC universe before making that decision. So, no, you get no brownie points from me. Sorry. It's a marketing ploy, and that's all I take it as.
Especially with the drama going on, too.
But I will say I never defend people that try to say Superman can't be black. He's an alien that was drawn white.
Yeah.
That's never the case. Yeah. But I am with you, and this does feel yucky. This does feel more like a marketing ploy, more like trying to capitalize on the times that we're in, when instead you could, I don't know, make Cyborg more accurate and more important. I don't know, do Static Shock justice. You know, like there's a whole bunch of, do a Wally movie. There's just a lot you can do with characters that are actually either made now black or that are black. So to me, that's where I'm at with it. But I don't hate the idea of if he is Kal-El. It's just your reasoning for making him Clark Kent better be damn good. But all right, Shekinah, I'm gonna go to you. Your thoughts.
It's just giving fake to me. Like you said, it's just giving so fake. Like, we're talking about diversity and inclusion. Fix what's going on in your own house first. You haven't even addressed the allegations, and you want to be talking about diversity and inclusion? Really? Really? I think the biggest like blow, obviously, is very fake, and I can just see that's performative. You want to just talk about diversity, but you actually announced on Henry's birthday. Did you do it on purpose?
Yeah.
Did you do it on purpose? I would love to know. Did you do it on purpose? That is insane to me. You couldn't even celebrate without seeing that news and thinking, wow, they really don't like me. Because if I was him, I'd think the same thing. Like, you were reaching to get me out. If he jumped ship and said, I'm going to Marvel now, I wouldn't blame him. Like, I wouldn't blame him. Just go. Just go. Just go. Just do whatever you like. Because what is that? And I feel like I'd rather see like a Vixen story. I'd rather see a Jon Stewart story. I'd see Rocket and Icon before I want to see whatever they're planning. Like, it's fake. And I'm not excited for that movie. If it even comes out, I'm not excited at all.
Yeah, no, I'm completely with you. Trevon, how do you view
it? Basically the same way. What Warner Brothers is doing to me is just disgusting. Like, since Reyes came out, saying, what happened to him, and it's pretty much been backed up. I don't know how many times can, people like, oh, I see so many people like under his like tweets and stuff to say, how about just move on now? I was like, maybe it's not okay. Like, it's not cool what they're doing. They haven't, it's like they're just trying to dismiss it. They're trying to be like, oh, hey, look, I remember I brought this up before about the Supergirl. I'm just sorry, the timing for me, it just is weird. Sorry, the Latina Supergirl. I'm like, yes, I think you said he is Latina, the guy that's doing the movie or whatever. Sure, but still, it's like, it's just really interesting the way they do that. Like, okay, so now you have a Latina Supergirl. Now you want to do a black Superman. It's just, like you said, it's giving fake. It really is giving like, oh, hey, look, guys, we like diversity. We like brown and black. Look over here. Don't look over there what Ray's talking about. Look over here. Like, no, it's not okay. We're not going to ignore the Justice League movie we got in 2017, basically cut out all people of color. I'm sorry, it's very clear what you guys did to that movie.
Yeah.
So you can't like ignore that. You can't ignore Ryan Choi being taken out, Cyborg, basically all his story cut out of it, his mom, all that, like just anything to humanize him was taken out of that movie. And I was like, it's just like, come on, like you can't, Iris, you just took that, like it was a small scene, like you didn't like, you cut that out. And I was like, come on, you cannot tell me that's what you guys were doing back then. And how did no one, if you didn't know that was happening, how did no one noticed that? No one. These are the things we cut out of the movie. Come on. And then I like that we have both, so we can look at them both and see what happened there. And I feel like Ray has a valid point, and I like that he's still going after it.
Yeah,
I like it. I mean, it's dangerous for him because it's for his career, because how this Hollywood works. So I'm worried about that, on him getting anything else.
His career for Warner Brothers. I don't think for anybody else.
Well, also, I think anything Zach does, I think Zach will very much look out for.
I hope so.
I actually compare it to when James Gunn got the boot from Disney, and Dave Bautista was willing to die on the sword for James Gunn.
Yeah,
I can guarantee James Gunn asked Dave Bautista to be in Suicide Squad. Ultimately, he turned it down for Zack Snyder's Army of the Dead. But that's what I'm saying. So I mean, you even had J.J. Abrams that told John Boyega when he came out about Star Wars. He said, "You don't ever have to worry. I got you. Don't nobody else want to give you work? I got you." So I think Ray Fisher will be okay. I think Zach would look out for. I think Zach and Deborah would look out for Ray Fisher. If he needed a role, wanted a role. I think they got him. So yeah, like AJ said, for Warner Brothers, probably 100% done.
Unless they change leadership again. And then
I
They're
mean,
pretty split right now. They are
I'll
split
even say this.
with the HBO Max side and the Warner Brothers side. They are pretty like they're balanced because the HBO Max if when the Zack Snyder Justice League was coming out, people were pointing this out to where the marketing how it was doing it. HBO Max, AT&T, they were promoting the movie. Warner Brothers was not. Warner Brothers, their accounts, none of their accounts were promoting Zack Snyder Justice League at all.
Oh well, Warner Brothers is under AT&T.
Yeah, but I'm saying so AT&T and HBO Max were the one that were really championing Zack's.
He's talking about the social media accounts.
Yeah, none of them were
media.
posting it.
Oh,
like,
I'm saying management. The management is all the same. Who Ray Fisher is speaking about is a management that no longer works there. A lot of them got let go after the whole fiasco with the first Justice League.
Yeah.
So I mean, who knows? I mean, we saw what Comedy Central did for Dave Chappelle. So who knows? You know, maybe they do rectify things with Ray Fisher. It only takes one person to listen up there, and you know, something special can happen. So who knows? But yeah, it's very yucky. You want to support it because it's black, you know, and I love Regina. She was one of the names mentioned for possibly directing it. And I want to support her so bad, but I'm going to have to pay attention to their marketing. I really am. And I'm going to have to pay attention to their actions going forward.
I'm not really excited for really any DC properties as of now, besides the Batman.
Yeah.
See, I won't say excited. I'm curious because the way they keep speaking is this Flash movie is supposed to make everything else make more sense. So, like, well,
I just want the Gotham Knights video game. That's all I want.
You want the what?
The Gotham Knights video game. That's
Bro,
all
I swear I thought you said Malcolm X. I was gonna say, what?
No, what? What?
That was a Malcolm X game.
Gotham
what are you doing that?
I want that game.
That's why I said you were being drowned with because we were all talking. So I'm like, hold on. Wait, what did you say? But AJ, what were you saying? Sorry.
I forgot.
That's so funny.
Oh no.
Anyway, I was saying I'm not excited. I'm more so curious. On because like I said, the Flash movie is supposed to rectify everything. It's supposed to make everything make sense. I'm curious how the hell that's gonna go.
Oh, now I remember. Yeah,
okay, nobody else go.
I'm not a fan of them trying to make a movie making one singular movie focus on trying to make everything as a whole make sense.
Yeah,
that shouldn't be the case at all. If that's the case, just start over to begin with.
I agree.
It's just doing too much for one movie to be 2.5 hours long. Hey, we're going to change this. We're going to change that. We're bringing this in. We're bringing that in. There's just too much, and the movie itself is not going to end up making sense because you do too much.
Well, I mean, we saw it to a lesser degree in Captain Marvel. Look how much they shoot in to make it make sense for her appearing in Endgame. You having the name First Avenger on her plane was so forced. Like, really, dog? Really? Really? She had that on her plane? Bro, come on, man. That's stupid. So, but I get it. They were forcing everything in that to make her make sense heading into Endgame for people who weren't familiar with Captain Marvel. But it just shows you how much of a mess you can make when you do things like that. You know, like Nick Fury's file was called the Avengers Initiative just because he looked at her plane. What? Dog, what? Come on, man. That's stupid. That's all just so stupid. So to me,
think it was stupid.
You didn't think any of that was forced.
The plane, her plane having it on there, yes. But him like thinking we need some heroes. So like, why not use that name to make an initiative? I didn't think that part was stupid.
But what drew that from seeing the name on the plane? That's what just.
I don't think that's where it came from. I think it came from seeing her being a hero, seeing her. She's left, so they need somebody. He's realizing that there's more out there than just.
Wait, hold on. I think we're arguing two different points. I'm not saying getting the idea to create the Avengers was, even though you created it in the 80s and then you didn't start the Avengers Initiative till 2012, but that's a different story. I'm saying the name, only the name, not the concept, just the name. That was just very much forced. Very much forced. All right, last thing I want to ask you guys, because it was something that we definitely over in our Figure It Out show talked very heavily about, and I'm just curious you guys' thoughts. AJ, I'm going to start with you. Yes or no, and we can keep this brief. Yes or no, would you recast T'Challa?
Damn. No. I'll just say no. I wouldn't recast T'Challa. I'll probably what is it? Make someone else Black Panther more so than recast T'Challa. If they do a story, I think what Ryan Coogler is doing is making a story that will help us understand why he left instead of I don't know. I'll just say no for now for not recasting T'Challa.
Okay, Trevon, yes or no?
No, just give the mantle to somebody else.
Shekinah, yes or no?
No, I can't even watch Black Panther anymore. I'll literally burst into tears. I don't know how I'm gonna watch this movie. Just no, don't recast. Maybe like do the whole thing where Shuri becomes Black Panther in a couple of years, but I say no to recasting. Like I just, you know.
See, I can see them trying to figure out a way to explain why he left instead of died. I think they'll explain that in the Wakanda show, and then that'll be explored more within the movie.
I say yes, recast them. A person is not bigger than a character. It's the same reason why we've had 3 Jokers since Heath Ledger passed away. One person does not define a character. It just doesn't.
But that wasn't in the same universe.
It's not the same.
That wasn't in the same.
You're right. It's
Black
not the same.
Panther was a cultural thing. Like that was a cultural thing.
Why would you want that to end? Why would you want that to end?
But the legacy, it's just, I don't want to, I don't know.
I think it's partially due because nobody can see T'Challa. T'Challa as Chadwick, or I think it's just people are used to seeing Chadwick as T'Challa, and nobody else can play it. It's one of those things where it's like, oh, I can't see anybody play Wolverine. I can't see anybody play.
So you do,
yeah.
So you do, and to me, John David Washington would be a perfect T'Challa. He has the same build, same swagger, same feel, and to me, a character cannot be defined by the actor that played him. It just can't. It just really can't.
You want them to do like Rhodey and just swap him out and just have him keep going?
No.
Well, I mean, you can't swap him out.
It's different. Terrence Howard got fired. Terrence Howard didn't die, and now we're replacing him.
Okay, how would you do it though?
How would you do that though?
How would you do it? How would you do it? Explain how would you do it? Like
how would I showcase
John David Washington? Yeah, how would you do that?
Mm-hmm.
What I'm confused about is why would I need to explain it? We know Chadwick died, so if I'm bringing in new T'Challa, that's why. I'm not doing it because Chadwick stepped down.
I think for me, I
don't
think
have to explain it. Trevon, if right now I just disappeared and then Tia came in and hosted, you wouldn't need to explain why. I'm clearly not here. I'm gone. Tia's now the new host. That's self-explanatory. Like there you go.
I think the issue is that I think what Warner Brothers, goodness, Marvel is thinking is that it's still too soon, and it's still.
I don't think you have to do it now. I think Wakanda Forever should be a bridge between the first movie and then your third movie. But your third movie needs to have T'Challa. And here's the other reason: if you want to say he disappeared, he stepped down, whatever. All I'm saying is we keep forgetting. We've only had one full-length movie of T'Challa. He's died twice. The character's died twice and was in half of Civil War. So we've only seen one full length of T'Challa, and you're telling me now I can't ever see the character again? No, I don't.
Actually, I think technically we never seen him after Endgame anyway. So they
100%.
They can still write him as that he left.
They showed him standing there with his family though.
No, AJ saying we haven't seen him after Endgame. Like we haven't seen anything.
I think it's going to follow those events after Endgame, where how's Wakanda recovering from all the
And that's why I'm saying you could say he's off doing something in this second movie, and Shuri has to take up the mantle, or it's a war for the mantle, whatever you want to do. But to tell me that a character you made me watch die twice on screen, and then had for a little bit of his last appearance, I can't see that character ever again. No, I don't subscribe to that. Absolutely not. No. That's insane. That's insane.
What if they bring Killmonger's alive and he becomes Black Panther?
That's stupid. The whole I think when people keep saying that, I think they keep forgetting Killmonger specifically asked to die. It meant something for him to die. To tarnish that, it's the same thing when I ask people like, well, why can't Stark come back? Oh, Juwaan, because deaths have to mean something. But in the same vein, the people are like, well, bring Killmonger back. How does that make any sense? Cool, yeah. Can a death mean something? He legit said, no. Instead of you putting me in a prison, I'd rather die on my beliefs than to be your prisoner. And he died. Why would you tarnish that? Speaking of explaining, how would you explain that? You what? You plucked him out of a multiverse? Come on. Because then you could just say you plucked another T'Challa out of a multiverse. So to me, it's if you're saying recast.
How would you feel if they did that?
Well, no. Here's my point.
That's John never watched it.
If you're saying bringing in a new T'Challa is yucky, I'm saying making Killmonger the new Black Panther is yucky. Completely.
Yes, yucky.
It should be M'Baku instead of. It'll make
I already don't like that he wasn't accurate to who Man-Ape was in the comics.
Well, he's not accurate anyway, so it doesn't.
But he's not a friend. He's not a friend of Wakanda. He's an enemy. He's an enemy of the Black.
Not in the movies. In the comics, he is not in the movies though.
But to make a Black Panther is just insane. it's like making Barbara Gordon.
Your brain is still stuck in the comics, so it'll still make sense for him to in the MCU. It will make sense for him to become Black Panther in the MCU. You just don't want to accept it because your brain is just rewired to the
because comics. It makes no sense why you wouldn't just give us another T'Challa. I don't understand that. I really don't. So you could tell me
that's harder to do though. Like,
how is it hard?
You can just add them in, Trayvon.
I don't know why that's so difficult for you, Trayvon.
I will not accept that at all. I can't.
So wait, time out. So you won't accept that. But if in WandaVision they just told you Quicksilver from Fox is in the MCU, you were just like, yup, makes sense to me.
It's because he likes it. It's because he likes it.
What's wrong with it's Quicksilver? We know that.
It would be T'Challa though, Trayvon. I'm not bringing in T'Challa. It'd be T'Challa. It'd be the same thing. You're just bringing him in. You don't have to like create a reasoning as to why. We clearly know why. You don't have to rehash it. The guy passed away.
Yeah, people won't like it to begin with when it's casted, but once somebody watches the movie, they'll be like, "Oh, I like him as Black."
They'll be fine.
The movie bombs.
They'll be
because
fine.
of it.
It won't bomb. How many people hated Robert Pattinson as Batman? They saw the trailer. I can't find a person on the internet who hates Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, there's no way a Marvel movie will bomb. It doesn't matter if this is cast. Yeah.
Thor: The Dark World is one of the worst Marvel movies ever. It still made a crap ton of money. Why? Because it's the Marvel brand. It won't matter. It won't matter. We are overthinking this. And again, I try my best to never come off insensitive. If you guys believe that it should rest with him, I respect that. I'm just saying why I don't agree with it. Because you do have these little, like now if you make Shuri Black Panther, that's great for little black girls. What happens to all those little black boys that you just inspired for a half of a movie that had to watch him die, then come back, then watch him die again in Infinity War? Now you're telling them the character is gone forever. Come on now. Really? Really? That makes sense? No. Sorry. No. I'm not for that at all. Sorry. No.
He'll be for it. He'll be for it.
No, the hell I won't. No, the hell I won't. I'll tell you this right now. If Kevin Feige stays true and does not recast T'Challa, if it's Shuri, I can live with it because I think it'll be a bridge. I don't think that'll be long term. But if they bring in someone else to be the Black Panther, I'm not watching that movie. I'm not supporting that. I just don't agree with it.
He's gonna watch it.
I'm not. Okay.
I'm willing to bet $100. Yeah.
You're willing to bet $100. Okay. Yeah. Remember, these episodes are time stamped, AJ. I posted so we can easily go back to it. But all right, guys, that's all we got for GVN Talk today. This was a great episode. Want to give a shout out to Ash, who could not be here today. Wanted to, but had some stuff to get done. She will be back next week. She'll also be on our newest episode of GVN Review, where we break down Bad Batch. We're going to be talking all good things on Bad Batch. And what's really good about that is Shekinah and Trevon will be done with all of Clone Wars by tomorrow's episode. So they can join and talk.
That is so funny.
What
That is
lie?
so funny.
The biggest lie I've heard.
That is so funny. Wow.
So they will be
What episode
spending
you guys
all
on?
night and all day.
Episode
Like
4.
four?
First season. I'm behind. I'm behind.
Okay,
I watched the movie
Time out.
first. I
Time out.
watched the movie first.
Let me ask this. Because this will be how I can accept that. Were you too busy and that's why you didn't really get to anything else?
Yes.
It was busy.
Okay. Now, time out. Now, let me ask this.
Mm,
Have you watched anything else besides Clone Wars?
yes.
That's
Yes.
a problem. All right, then. Okay. I knew it. I knew the answer already. I knew the answer.
I had to watch Jupiter Legacy. Sorry.
Same, I watched that. That's why I just finished watching it.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
I just finished
Terrible.
watching it.
There are some shows that do not need to be watched, and Jupiter Legacy is one of them.
Are you joking?
Time out.
Really?
That's so unfair. That's so unfair.
I enjoyed Jupiter Legacy, but did I enjoy it enough for you guys to sacrifice Clone Wars to watch that? No, not even close.
Sorry.
Like, wait,
Sorry.
Shekinah, have you at least seen the Clone Wars movie like Trevon has?
Nah,
All right, so we'll see you guys
wasn't
next
important.
week.
Oh my god.
We'll see you guys next week. I may or may not be a part of this show anymore going forward. I might bring in somebody else to host. I have to take numerous aspirins after these shows. But anyway, I love you guys. This is a great episode. Cannot wait till we break down all of the Bad Batch. It was a really good episode too. I did not like how drastically short it was. I got a little too used to 70 minutes from that first episode. I went, oh nah, this is it? Oh nah. Y'all gotta bring this back.
What a spoiled little Star Wars fan.
I tell you I am. I
Oh,
really am.
goodness.
Also, huge shouts out to AJ, who is the reason why I will be going into retail therapy. AJ is making me spend all my money on hot toys and whatnot. Yeah, AJ.
I'm the one that needs to go to retail.
No, you keep showing them off, and I keep going, oh, damn, that does look nice.
Yo, that Grievous, oh my God. I was so happy. And
AJ,
then I was thinking about getting the Captain America Endgame and just what was the other one?
Thanos,
Thor Endgame, and then I end up getting the damaged Thanos from Endgame too.
Yeah,
So
no, I blame two people. I blame you for that, AJ, and I blame Trevon. When I first met Trevon, his love of Power Rangers kind of like reinvigorated my love. So I went out and I bought so many Power Rangers figures that now I look at it and I get nauseous. Just
Did
like,
you get the Power Rangers hot toy from Sideshow?
we're not going to talk about that. Anyway,
The what?
They come in the bundle. They come in the bundle.
No. You're not going to get me to spend any more money.
The what?
Anyway, Trevon, you can talk to AJ in the group chat. Goodbye. We will see you guys same time, same place next week. Till then, peace.
Bye.